The tragic death of John's survival of Bo Brady in Days of Our Lives over 2 tumultuous weeks from May 19th to May 30th, 2025. The emotional currents in the long-running soap opera Days of Our Lives reach a peak as the character John Black, a symbol of resilience and sacrifice, passes away forever, while his close friend Bo Brady faces death but miraculously survives. John Black, the hero who sacrificed himself in the explosion. John Black, steadfastly portrayed by Drake Hodgson, experienced his final days amid tragic and tense scenes. It all began as friends and family desperately sought a precious medicine for Bo Brady, who was critically ill. Bo's condition was so severe that Sean Brady and Steve Johnson nearly despaired when the essential medicine was mysteriously stolen. In this context, John became a pillar of support, sacrificing himself to save his friend. Once again, he volunteered for a dangerous mission, entering a laboratory to find hope for Bo's life. However, tragedy struck. The laboratory suddenly exploded violently, trapping John inside with severe burns. Kayla Brady, his devoted wife, relayed the grim news to Marlena Evans, John's beloved partner, that her husband's chances of survival were slim. In the final moments, Marlena and many family members, including Carrie Brady, Sammy Brady, Will Horton, and Hope Brady, gathered to prepare for John's funeral. The entire town of Salem was engulfed in grief, mourning the hero who courageously sacrificed himself for friendship and family. John Black's passing was not just a personal loss but also a symbol of dedication and bravery, leaving both the audience and characters choked with emotion. Bo Brady. From the brink of death to a miraculous revival. While John Black sacrificed himself, Bo Brady, portrayed by Peter Reckel, was fortunate to survive. Bo's initial condition was grave, prompting family and friends, especially Hope Brady and daughter Ciara, to stay by his bedside, praying every moment. A requiem mass was held for Bo, signaling a dire prognosis and his impending death. But a miracle spared Bo. After many efforts to find the medicine and aid from medical allies, including an unexpected intervention following the lab explosion, Bo awoke from his coma. His revival was seen as a miracle, a precious gift to Hope, Ciara, and the Salem community. Bo and Hope would return to town just in time to attend John's funeral, a poignant moment filled with tears and a mixture of joy and sorrow. Friendship, family, and parallel tensions. John and Bo's story did not unfold in isolation. Surrounding them was a complex web of relationships, inner struggles, and dark secrets. Sean Brady and Steve Johnson continued to protect Bo at all costs, while Philip Kiriakis suffered a brutal assault by Xander Cook, escalating family tensions, particularly with Philip's mother, Kate Roberts. Meanwhile, other characters faced turmoil, such as the shocking shooting incident involving Gabby Hernandez and E.J. DiMera, and emotional conflicts among Stephanie Johnson, Chad DiMera, and Kat Green. Together, these layers paint a multidimensional picture of life, where love, hatred, and sacrifice intertwine. The meaning and impact of John Black's death. John Black was more than just a TV character. He was an emblem of resilience and steadfast friendship. His death in this storyline served as a powerful reminder of the value of sacrifice and loyalty. While John departed as a hero, Bo's miraculous survival brought hope that even in the darkest times, light can still shine. John's funeral would be a major event in Days of Our Lives, gathering many loved ones: Hope, Bo, Marlena, Carrie, Sammy, and Will Horton. They would not only bid farewell to a friend, husband, and hero, but also reaffirm the strength of family and unity in overcoming adversity. 2 intense and emotional weeks of Days of Our Lives left a deep impression with the death of John Black and the miraculous survival of Bo Brady. John departed as a hero who sacrificed himself to save a friend, while Bo returned as living proof of miracles and enduring love. Their story not only touched viewers' hearts but also helped build a deeply emotional, human, and compelling narrative that united characters and fans alike in a meaningful journey. A tale of trust, betrayal, and desperation. The unfolding drama surrounding the missing Versovics. Yesterday's episode delivered a powerful and tense storyline filled with unexpected twists and emotional confrontations. At the heart of the drama were Sean and Steve, longtime friends who found themselves cornering an old acquaintance, Kevin, in Horton Town Square. Their interaction exposed layers of suspicion, fear, and fragile trust as they struggled to unravel the mystery of the stolen Versovics. A vital medication now missing and desperately needed. A meeting fueled by suspicion and old ties. The scene opens with Sean and Steve engaged in an intense conversation in the town square. Sean, though perfectly healthy, feigns illness, a ploy to disguise the real purpose of their meeting. The two men exchange a few cryptic remarks about the stolen Versavix before deciding that Sean should reach out to Kevin, a high school friend with whom Sean shares a complicated history. Despite confusion about Kevin's possible motives, Sean makes the call. Meanwhile, Kevin is growing increasingly anxious. He has possession of the stolen drugs but is clearly overwhelmed by the gravity of the situation. Attempts to reach him by Philip, a central figure who orchestrated the theft, go unanswered. Instead, Kevin's phone rings from Dr. Russell, who also fails to get a response. When Sean's call finally comes through, Kevin tries to avoid the meeting. Yet, the mention of Versavix changes everything. Reluctantly, Kevin agrees to meet at Horton Town Square, setting the stage for a confrontation charged with tension and secrets. The square becomes a stage for deception as Kevin arrives. Jada and Stephanie happen upon Sean and Steve in the square. The pair quickly fabricate excuses to leave, with Sean's act of pretending to be ill seeming forced and unconvincing. The women depart just before Kevin's arrival, unaware of the brewing storm. Meanwhile, Stephanie and Jada return from a nearby bakery, Sweetbits, puzzled by the peculiar behavior of Sean and Steve. Alex also notices a man they seem to be engaging with, a man he recalls seeing at the local bistro. Their curiosity is interrupted by a sudden incident. Xander, another figure entangled in the town's troubles, attempts to run Alex down in a reckless manner. Despite Alex's attempts to confront him, Xander hastily flees, revealing the chaos threading through this tight-knit community. Kevin's confession, the missing medicine remains lost. Kevin's meeting with Sean and Steve quickly turns serious. Sean admits to breaking into the laboratory, a desperate act born out of trust in his old friend Kevin, rather than suspicion. However, the revelation that Kevin no longer possesses the stolen Versavix throws everyone into deeper uncertainty and fear. Through persistent questioning, Kevin finally reveals the harrowing sequence of events. Philip had instructed him to steal the medication, and in his panic, Kevin took more than intended, the entire batch. Fearing the consequences, he gave the drugs to his roommate who works at the hospital, hoping to retrieve them safely. Chaos at the hospital, panic, accusations, and unanswered questions as the story unfolds within the sterile corridors of the hospital. Philip arrives in a state of panic. Sarah steps in to support a distressed Kate who is pacing anxiously, overwhelmed by the situation. Jada also appears, determined to uncover the truth behind the theft. Kate reports her suspicions to the sheriff, pointing fingers at Xander as the likely culprit. However, crucial details such as the larger scheme involving the theft are withheld, casting shadows over the investigation. Meanwhile, Sarah tends to Philip, who is in a grave condition. Internal injuries leave him unconscious, and his state only heightens suspicions that Xander may be involved in the violent chain of events. Xander's shadowed escape and Maggie's concern away from the public eye. Xander returns home nursing a bloody knuckle. Maggie finds him, her concern evident. He offers a vague explanation, attempting to minimize the seriousness of his injuries. Maggie probes further, questioning why he fled from Sarah earlier. His responses are evasive, hinting at deeper troubles and failed plans. Maggie advises him to reach out to Sarah, implying that she has unanswered questions. Xander's cryptic reply, suggesting he too has queries for her, adds an additional layer of mystery and tension. Tensions rise as Philip's condition worsens. Sarah soon informs Kate and Jada of Philip's status. Unconscious but stable, though severely injured. The possibility of foul play is clear, especially given Xander's motives and recent behavior. Jada wastes no time in demanding to know Xander's whereabouts, convinced he holds answers critical to the investigation. Desperate attempts to recover the stolen medication back at the square, Sean and Steve instruct Kevin to contact his roommate to secure the missing Versavix. Their plan is to retrieve the medication and restore it to the laboratory without escalating the crisis further. Kevin calls, but his roommate does not answer. Frustrated, he reaches out to another coworker only to learn that the medication has yet to arrive. The roommate's whereabouts are unknown, deepening the mystery and the urgency to find a solution before lives are further endangered. The broader picture, trust shattered, loyalties tested. This intricate web of events exposes a community fraught with distrust and fear. Old friendships are tested as secrets unravel, and desperation drives people to desperate acts. The stolen Versavix is more than just medication. It symbolizes hope and survival, a lifeline that now hangs precariously in the balance. Sean and Steve's efforts highlight the difficult choices made in the face of moral ambiguity, breaking laws for the sake of what they believe is right. Kevin's panic and mistakes reveal the human frailty at the center of this drama, while Philip's ruthless tactics cast a dark shadow over Salem's streets. Conclusion: a town on the edge. As the episode closed, the audience is left on edge with unanswered questions and a sense of impending crisis. The stolen medication remains missing, relationships strain under the weight of betrayal, and the true consequences of these events loom large. For the residents of Salem and the viewers alike, this story serves as a poignant reminder of how fragile trust can be and how quickly desperation can lead to unforeseen consequences. As the saga continues, hearts will ache, alliances will shift, and the hope for justice and healing will keep burning brightly amidst the turmoil.